Hey everybody, it's Mark from Haunted Auckland here. I thought I'd just take a bit of time here and make a little video clip, hopefully a helpful video clip from a little instructional tutorial, if you like. A lot of people ask us, what sort of equipment do you guys use? Where can I buy equipment from? How much does it cost? Is it expensive? And in reality, no, you don't really need to spend a lot of money on paranormal research equipment at all. It doesn't have to be an expensive hobby. Sure, you could spend a lot of money, but in reality, where's that going to get you? For a start, ghosts haven't been confirmed. We know nothing about them. We don't know what they're made of. So how can anybody create a gadget that'll detect a ghost or capture a ghost or give you any sort of corroborating data with regards to ghosts? We don't know what they're made of, so there aren't any gadgets out there. There are no gadgets out there that'll detect, capture or interact with ghosts. A lot of theories, a lot of people out there that think that their spirit boxes do in fact communicate with ghosts. This is completely untrue. Trigger objects. We use a lot of trigger objects within our research. Again, we don't really know what we're looking for. We don't know who we're trying to contact. We don't even know if ghosts exist. But we use trigger objects, mainly to try and elicit some sort of response, to get some sort of interaction going. If there is something there, well then we need to try and find out. We need to try and interact with them. We need to try and get some information from them. So we use trigger objects. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but you've got to try these things. It's like throwing a hook in the water. Sometimes you'll catch a fish, sometimes you won't, but you've got to try these little experiments. So we have many basic experiments that we try and use to get some sort of interaction going. A lot of times nothing happens. Sometimes we get something that's quite interesting. But trigger objects is the way to go. It's a very cheap way to go as well. A trigger object can be anything. It can relate to the situation, the history of the house. If you're trying to interact with children, ghost children in the house, if a ghost child is seen in the house often, you could bring up a toy and offer the toy to the child and see what happens. Just say, hey, here's a doll. Maybe that doll will get some sort of reaction. You never know. It's worth trying. In the research field we're in, it's all about experimentation, trial and error, working on theories, observing, documenting. So you've got to try these things. So I like to pick objects that are a little bit sort of heavier, a little bit more solid. For example, it can be as simple as ping pong balls positioned down a hallway, or on a stairwell, or in the centre of a room. Put a circle around it, and then come back later on and see if it's moved at all. Take photographs of it. If it has moved, try and figure out why. If you've got a video camera aimed at this, then you'll be able to see where it moved, at what time. Did anything push it? Something very simple. A bell. Another very simple one. You can pick these up at the $2 shop. Again, another cheap and easy trigger object which can be picked up super cheap. Something may be able to interact with it. Push the button, ding ding ding. Dice with lettering on it, and numbers and letters, things like that. That's another good one too. You can set them up, take photographs of it at the end of the night, see if anything's moved. If the dice have moved, perhaps a spirit could use these letters to make words. Another form of communication perhaps. It's worth trying anyway, isn't it? Worth trying. We have one of our favourites is Smiley. He's one of our favourite little ball trigger object. We leave him up on stairwells, we leave him down hallways and corridors, and we've had a few incidents where he's come down the stairs, he's rolled down hallways, he's even spun around like that in one video clip. So yeah, I mean, something as simple as a ball. We have this one deflated a bit. As you can see, he's quite soft, that way he doesn't roll as easily. We also have a measuring level, that we can see if the step is actually level itself, because we wouldn't want it to be on an angle and have this ball roll down. You have to work it out so that it's level, so the ball doesn't roll by itself. Sometimes we put a little wedge in front of the ball so it doesn't roll forward down the stairs. So yeah, basic ball, doesn't cost anything. Here's another one I wanted to show you. It's another cheap and easy one, doesn't cost anything to make. Another little trigger object. And I'll break it down for you as you can see how easy it is. Start off with a spring, basic, ordinary spring. Now if you put that on a bench by itself, upright, and you offered it to the spirit and said, hey, touch the spring, we'll get this thing swaying, vibrating. It doesn't take much to get it moving. This is quite interesting, it's quite neat, but it's also open for contamination. Breezes, drafts, vibration could get this thing moving as well. So I thought, okay, let's just try something. So I got a jar with a lid like this. Okay, what I've done here is I've basically just connected the spring onto the lid of the jar, and that could sit on the table. You can ask the spirits, can you move the spring? But it's still not contaminant free. I mean, my breath, a breeze could still knock it. So we could do this, put the lid on it. You've got a nice tightly sealed spring attached to a lid inside a jar. Start asking questions. Now if that spring starts moving by itself, you know you might have something there. It could still be vibration, but it won't be breath, it won't be a breeze. The spring is sealed inside there. So if you get some sort of movement, you might have something worthwhile there, something worth looking into. So that's it for today, guys. I just wanted to show you a few little basic trigger objects. See how easy it is to just use anything around you. You don't have to go out and buy anything flash. Just use anything, a ball, just anything that you can find, and just ask questions. Ask the spirits in the room if there's any there. Could they please move it? Be respectful when you do ask, of course. Don't go bullying and telling them what to do. Say please, say thank you, and yeah, good luck with that. But do try things, try, experiment, observe, and most importantly, document everything. Video cameras, normal cameras, write everything down. Pen and paper, that's all it takes. Note everything down and document as much as you can. That's trigger objects. Give it a go. Let us know how you go with those. I'd love to hear your stories. Thanks for listening. See ya. Bye bye.